The day I realized I was rich and broke at the same time, I was standing in a mall holding a pair of sneakers I didn't even like. My card went through, no problem. Good job, decent salary, new phone, nights out. On paper, I was doing fine. But that night, I opened my banking app and did something I'd never done before. I added up everything. My income, my rent, my spending, my debt, and the number that mattered most wasn't my salary. It was how close I was to zero if anything went wrong. One missed paycheck and the whole thing would have come crashing down. That's when it hit me. I wasn't building wealth. I was building a very expensive illusion. And the scary part? Most people are doing the exact same thing, and they call it being good with money. To see why, you have to zoom out and look at the typical wealth script we've all been quietly fed since we were kids. 1. The income trap. Why more money doesn't fix broke. When I was younger, I thought there was one magic number. Once I earn this much per month, I'll be set. You've probably done this too. You pick a number, you chase it, you hit it. But here's what nobody tells you. Your lifestyle races your income like it's in a competition, and lifestyle usually wins. You start making more, so you reward yourself. Slightly nicer apartment, slightly better car, slightly more eating out, slightly more, I deserve this. Nothing crazy, just tiny upgrades. But those tiny upgrades quietly eat the gap between what you earn and what you keep. We grow up thinking wealth equals high income, but income is a flow. Wealth is a pool. If all the money that flows in flows straight back out to rent, payments, and treats, you feel busy, you feel successful, but you don't feel safe. The real question isn't, how much do I make? It's, how much do I keep without lowering my quality of life? And that gap, your margin, is the engine that either buys you freedom or keeps you stuck running in place. But even if you build that margin, there's a second mistake almost everyone makes with it. And that's where the good saver who never feels rich story begins. 2. The savings illusion, when being careful keeps you stuck. For a long time, I thought I was being responsible. I had a savings account. I even had a name for it in my head. Future me's freedom. The problem? Future me's freedom was sitting in a bank account losing to inflation, while present me kept saying, at least I'm not reckless. Saving is important, but savings alone don't build wealth. Savings position you to build wealth. Think of your savings account like an airport. It's a place money passes through, not a place it's meant to live forever. Most people do one of two things wrong here. They save nothing and call investing too risky, or they save only in cash and call that playing it safe. In reality, both are risky in different ways. One risks having nothing, the other risks never growing. Wealth doesn't come from money you earn once. It comes from money you own that works again and again, while you're eating, sleeping, or watching random videos at 2 a.m. Cash in a savings account is like a super careful employee who shows up every day, but never actually does any work. So why don't more people move from just saving to actually owning assets? It's usually not about math. It's about something much quieter and much more powerful that most of us never learn how to handle. 3. It's not a money problem, it's a behavior problem. Most people aren't bad with numbers, they're bad with feelings around money. You know that tiny spike of anxiety when you open your banking app? Or the way you avoid checking how much you really spend on food deliveries? That's not math. That's emotion. We say, I'm just bad with money, but what we really mean is, I feel stressed when I look at it. Fear freezes people. They know they should invest, but they delay. They know they should pay down debt, but they push it to next month. They want to learn, but they're secretly scared of feeling dumb. So they do nothing. And doing nothing is one of the most expensive decisions you can make. When I finally started changing my own money habits, it wasn't because I learned some magical formula. It was because I accepted a simple truth. If I keep waiting to act until I feel ready, I'll never move. So I stopped trying to be disciplined, and instead made my money life more automatic than emotional. Money left my account the day I got paid. Investments happened on a schedule, whether I felt brave or not. My fun money was separate from my future money. I didn't need more willpower. I needed fewer decisions. But fixing behavior and building systems is still only half the story, because a lot of people do that and still trap themselves in the slow lane of wealth. and that happens when they copy the wrong path entirely. 4. Copying the wrong blueprint. Job, house, retire. Then what? Most of us grow up with one main wealth blueprint. Get a stable job, buy a house. Work for decades. Retire, hopefully. That blueprint isn't evil. It works for some people, but the world that blueprint was designed for doesn't fully exist anymore. Costs rise faster than salaries. Retirement ages keep creeping up, and a single income stream can disappear with one email from HR. Yet, we keep trying to follow the same map. We treat our job like a single golden pillar holding everything up. Lose that pillar, and everything shakes. What actually changed things for me was when I stopped asking, how do I keep this one pillar safe forever? And started asking, how do I slowly build more pillars? First, it was a small service on the side. Nothing fancy. Just something I knew how to do a little better than most people. Then it was a skill I could charge more for over time. I stopped thinking of myself as someone with a job and started thinking of myself as a person who can create value in more than one way. That mental shift is huge. Because once you see yourself as a builder instead of just an employee, the way you approach risk, learning, and time completely changes. But even builders get trapped if they don't understand one more crucial idea: leverage. And that's where the big gap between comfortable and truly free usually shows up. 5. No leverage, no leap. Why hard work alone caps your wealth. For a while, I believed a very popular lie. If I just work harder than everyone else, I'll eventually be rich. Hard work matters, but if your income is tied directly to your hours, there is a ceiling on how far hard work can take you. At some point, you simply run out of hours. Leverage is what breaks that ceiling. Leverage is work that keeps going when you stop. It can look like money working in assets that grow and pay you back. Systems that let you serve more people without burning out. People you hire or partner with who add skills you don't have. Content, products, or tools that keep delivering value over and over. In the beginning, I tried to do everything myself. Sales, delivery, admin, marketing, all me. I wasn't building a machine. I was the machine. And when you're the machine, you can never step away without everything stopping. The turning point wasn't a motivational quote. It was a quiet question. What would this look like if it didn't depend on me doing every single step forever? The moment you start designing your career or business around that question, you stop just earning and start scaling. But even with leverage, there's one last trap: timing. Most people want wealth fast, and that desire quietly destroys their chance of getting it at all. 6. The decade problem. You're playing a 10-year game with a 10-day mindset. When I first tried to fix my money life, I gave myself a year, 12 months to magically transform everything. I wrote out goals, how much I wanted saved, how much I wanted invested, how much debt I wanted gone. And after a few months, when I wasn't on track, I felt like a failure. So I did what a lot of people do. I stopped. Here's what I eventually learned the hard way. Most people wildly overestimate what they can change in a year and completely underestimate what they can change in 10. Wealth is not a lottery win, it's a consequence of boring, almost quiet decisions stacking up over years. The day you stop asking, how do I change everything this year? And start asking, what would happen if I stuck to this simple plan for 10 years? Your brain calms down, and your results speed up. Suddenly, missing 1 month of investing isn't the end of the world. You don't need the perfect stock. You don't need to guess the housing market, you just need to live below your means, own productive assets, protect yourself from dumb risks. Keep going longer than most people are willing to. And that's where the real secret shows up, the one that flips the whole "you're building wealth the wrong way" idea on its head. Because at this point, it's not really about tactics anymore. It's about identity. 7. The real shift. Stop trying to look rich and start acting like the person future you needs. If you strip everything else away, all the spreadsheets, books, podcasts, and videos, wealth comes down to one simple question. Who am I becoming with the way I use my money today? For a long time, I was trying to look like someone who had it together. Nice enough clothes, nice enough phone, nice enough life on the outside. But the person future me needed wasn't flashy. Future me needed someone boring in the best possible way. Someone willing to delay a little pleasure now for a lot more peace later. Someone who cared more about options than opinions. Someone who wasn't afraid to be the weird one who invests instead of upgrading everything every year. Wealth isn't just about stacking dollars, it's about stacking choices. The choice to walk away from a job that drains you. The choice to help your family without breaking yourself. The choice to take a risk because you actually have a safety net. You don't get that by accident. You get that by quietly, consistently building a life where money is a tool, not a trap. If you've ever felt like you're doing everything right and still not getting ahead, if you've ever looked at your income and thought, why doesn't this feel like enough? Or if you've ever promised yourself, this year I'll finally get my money together, and then watch the year disappear. There's nothing wrong with you, you've just been handed a script that doesn't work anymore. The old script says, make more, spend more, save a little, hope for the best. The new script is quieter but much more powerful. Protect your margin. Let your savings pass through into real ownership design systems so your feelings don't have to be perfect. Build more than one pillar of income. Add leverage, not just hours. Play the decade game, not the 10-day game. Wealth isn't a finish line you race toward and collapse over. It's a direction you walk in step by step until one day you look around and realize you're not scared of the next bill, the next email, the next what if anymore. You don't have to rebuild everything overnight. You just have to stop building wealth the old way and take the first small step toward building it in a way that finally works for you.